That's all we need.
Which is why the controversy when that came out, there were so many people that were upset about the Rogue One thing. But like you said, tell a good story. Oh, the internet was abuzz about Rogue One.
Yeah.
And I didn't even watch the trailer, and I was like, all right, it's a Star Wars.
I mean,
Let it go.
It was one teaser trailer. There wasn't a whole lot to it. All you saw was a lot of action, and that's what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
We get overarching stories. I mean, the Star Wars films have done overarching story entirely. So to have this more action-packed, we're going one place to another. Like I said, the heist movie. We don't need all these force powers who just can kind of come in and blow up whatever Rebel Alliance is doing or whatever the Empire is doing. It's just people fighting and in the Star Wars universe. And there's a lot of stories to tell. It's something that the expanded universe did it really well for a long, long time. And I'm looking forward to see what more they do with that kind of stuff.
Well, Gareth Edwards, the director, looks like he just did a phenomenal job of having this movie set pretty much between episode 3 and episode 4, much closer to 4.
Yeah.
There's been some fan theories that I love. I mean, again, this is no bearing on it, but the Fat Man on Batman podcast that Kevin Smith has with Mark Bernard, what I'm about to say.
Yep.
I love that theory.
Yeah.
I love the theory that the lead female is actually the TIE pilot that knocks Darth Vader out.
That's cool.
At the end, when the movie progresses,
Right.
Yeah.
and she's the one that knocks him out and basically does Han Solo's job for him. And because she loses her life, that's the reason why, you have all those characters off to the side during the award ceremony at the end of Star Wars, and thus where Chewie's missing medal went, which was to her. That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But, then again, it's a fan theory.
Right.
But it works. Not like I wasn't going to see the movie, but
Right.
oh man, if they end up doing that.
You'll really go see it.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So after May 4th, we've got the next Marvel movie, which that has become a tradition of getting a Marvel movie first Friday of May. This year we get Captain America: Civil War. All the reports online say that this might be the best Marvel movie to date, maybe the best superhero movie to date.
Probably.
I've actually heard that twice, and my big thing, all I care about, because I've been waiting a long time for this, if they screw up Black Panther, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, you'll be back. Anyway,
I'm done.
You'll be back.
That's what I'm waiting. That's the only thing I've been waiting on. And mind you, I'm a much bigger Luke Cage fan.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting a long time because we need this. We've needed this how long?
Trust me. You're $9 if you decide not to come back to any more movies. You're $9. I mean,
that's almost a can't miss, though. Like Black Panther's gonna be hard for them to screw up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not really.
Right?
The first time the first attempt, the first suggested anything was a guy that couldn't pull off the accent. And that's I'm sorry.
That's part of the gig.
That's so important that I don't even care if it's a made-up African accent. You gotta have that accent.
I totally get it, but again, I think they're going to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The costume looks amazing.
Yeah, it does look good.
I think this movie's got it, and the fact that it looks like, from people that have seen the movie, Black Panther is going to be playing in a central role to Infinity Gauntlet.
That's awesome, man.
Which he did in the last Avengers Assemble cartoon. I think he actually played a real integral role in something with their season 1 of that.
Yeah. But I mean, setting it up so that he is the main guy at the center of the beginning of that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. So this movie's going to be good.
I think that all the problems that I had with Age of Ultron were pretty much they couldn't make the ensemble work together on screen in a believable, more manner. It didn't flow with the story right. It looked like they were trying to shove them in. It looked like a really bad X-Men movie. So half the X-Men movies.
Oh God, that's pretty bad when you're saying that. Even their best X movies aren't as good as what we've seen from Warner Brothers and Marvel Studios.
But they did a lot of other things good that made me enjoy Ultron. Where I think that they've learned from their mistakes on how to bring an ensemble together. And Civil War is going to be exactly what Ultron should have been. And it's going to bring these characters together. It's going to make a story that's going to make sense. It makes sense to have everybody in there. I'm still upset that they don't have mutants in the Civil War. Right. That they're not using the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. plot line with Inhumans in the Civil War.
They have blanked out the Inhuman storyline now, where they're not even going to touch it.
I still haven't quite figured out, and me personally, based on the storylines of Captain America and Black Panther, them not being on the same side. And then my question for you, Keith, because you're the one who reminded me the most, is at the end of Civil War, Iron Man admitted he was wrong. Do you think there's a possibility?
I would totally just zap out of the comic and totally forget that because they've been building their own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, look, unlike what Fox has done, you can see what Marvel Studios has been building with these characters. So this version of Civil War is a lot closer to the kind of story that they've been working on, which makes more sense in that, you know, Warner's and Marvel Studios, they have this thing called continuity that they're able to use that Fox can't seem to wrap their head around.
One of the big words that people like to use on Fanatics and the Fan.
Which every geek out there knows what I'm talking about, whether it's Star Trek, Star Wars. If something were to happen that was not within continuity, you'd hear about it. Well, at Fox, they don't care. They really don't. I mean, people keep laughing, but can anybody argue that they actually do care?
If you guys haven't noticed, Keith has a problem with Fox Studios.
No, I don't have a problem with Fox. I am a geek.
First step is admitting it.
The thing about it is, when you look at everything that has happened within Star Wars and Star Trek and how fans get upset at the littlest things, and yet you still have a group of people that want to go see these X-Men films acting like they're going to see something amazing and completely forgive them for all the stuff that they've done.
I think in those, as long as Hugh Jackman is in them, I'm serious. I think everybody's like,
Jackman's
you know, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Like, we're fine. But those are pretty horrible. Like the Wolverine origin movie was.
Oh,
we're going
gosh,
back a ways
Wolverine
now,
was
but
bad.
Oh,
I mean,
I
there's
was
a
actually
whole
thinking
new
about the
level
last
of bad for
Wolverine.
that
that was
film.
bad.
But the only good thing that came out of it was the fact that Ryan Reynolds dedicated himself to doing a better job with Deadpool.
They're fixing how they screwed it up. Think about that. And you know how messed up that is.
The Origins movie wasn't just bad on a like story standpoint or a character standpoint. I mean, I saw the ripped version, the unedited one with the special effects that were just crap.
Yeah.
And then when I went to see the real one, I was like, how is this any different than this? I mean,
Horrible.
they added some color. How did you screw that up?
Yeah.
There wasn't even any real good lines.
They screw up the special effects so terribly. I'm like, I don't even want to watch
And
any more
what
of
really
this.
makes it worse is everybody knows about director Richard Donner and what he has done for superhero movies. I mean, nobody can really touch what he did with Superman the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the second unit director on that film.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
How do you take somebody so talented and I mean, anyway, yes,
Gotta love it.
That's what Fox screwed up,
Yeah.
and they're going to continue to screw it up. I mean, they're never going to let go of the X-Men. So,
All right. We've got May the 4th, Star Wars Day. We got Civil War. We're not done with Geek Week. Geek Week still goes strong because next Saturday is Free Comic Book Day.
Woohoo!
Again, Nerd Christmas Week. So you go to your local comic book store. They will have comic books that are available for free. Each store kind of does their own little thing. They might allow 2, they might allow 4 or 5. Just check with your local store and see what their rules are. It's a great time to meet other fans. There's a lot of times that artists or writers will be appearing at stores and doing things.
well, I was going to ask you, what comic since last year has truly impressed you?
All right. It's going to sound
'Cause
silly.
I got one in mind, but
Yeah.
what comic has truly impressed you in that time?
It's going to sound silly saying it, but I fully believe this. The best comic of the last year, Archie.
I agree.
The
I agree.
Archie comic with Mark Waid and the art from, the lady that does Saga.
Oh, man.
Staple Field.
No. It's not a name.
Yeah, it'll come. We'll come. But anyway, Mark Waid's been writing and leading that Archie universe. The Jughead book has been great with Chip Zdarsky and Erica Henderson. I'm excited about this book. This book gets to the top of my pile each week it comes out, and it's a book that's not getting a lot of coverage because it's not Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
It's not even Image. It's Archie.
Best comeback.
I'm actually revisited. I'm actually looking forward to what they do. As much as, and I'm not a big fan of them reinventing the comic every other month, but some of the covers and some of the drawings that I've seen, if they continue on in that particular direction, I think I'm going to be okay with it. I'm going to go back. I mean, because I still haven't quite forgiven Marvel for anything that they've done ever, but I could follow some more Justice League and what they're doing with that. I'm down with that.
Brandon?
I think the best comic of the last year is the Devil's Pool series that I am a part of. So,
Really?
yeah, sorry.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
It's a great comic. It's a supernatural thriller. Yeah, it's set in the Ozarks, so it's very local. It's a lot of fun.
So it's
we
just
shoot with
a normal day in the Ozarks, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty
At
much.
Brandon's house.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can check us out on arcfan.com.
There you go. Go ahead.
That's
Go
all.
ahead.
You read any?
Not a whole lot, no.
All right. All
I
right.
know that's
Then
sin.
start reading Archie.
Okay,
It is the
I'm-
most.
All right.
Look, the biggest change in comics. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
Okay.
But it feels
is,
so
there, is
real.
Jughead in this?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It feels real.
Just wanna double
It
check.
feels contemporary, but it's still true to the roots of the character from
Okay.
1940 forward.
And that'll get you all set up, and the audience all set up
Yeah.
for the Archie television series that's coming
yes,
to CW.
Riverdale.
That's
Yep.
awesome. Okay.
Coming on Fox from the
Yeah.
producers of Glee and some of those other shows.
That's
so,
cool.
Just a shameless plug for my property, Worst Comic Podcast Ever. My partner John and I are going to be set up for Free Comic Book Day at Clint's Comics in downtown Kansas City.
Nice.
Awesome.
Jim Cavanaugh brings in a huge crowd each year, and he's got artists and writers there, and we'll be set up. Last year we were set up right by where the free comics were, so everyone had to come by our table and say hi. So we're expecting to be sitting that same spot this year. And then my partner Cullen, who's out in the Portland, Oregon area, he's going to be setting up at Things from Another World, a big store.
heard of that place.
Yeah. Things from Another World, or TFAW, and we have a running joke on our podcast. Every time you say TFAW, you got to take a drink. But he's going to set up at TFAW, and we really look forward to Free Comic Book Day. I mean, it's a great way to get people reading comics, which comics is a medium, not a genre.
Yeah.
It's no different than films or televisions. It's a way to tell stories, and you can tell all kinds of stories with comics. So,
And Fanatics to the Fan, of course, will be visiting the Comic Cave in Springfield, Missouri. They're going to have...
I am good friends with Josh.
Yeah.
and you're actually willing to say that in public?
That's because Josh is a really good guy.
Yeah.
And
He knows his stuff.
Do you know who's going to be there this year for Free Comic Book Day? You have to remember off the top of your head. He always has some great guests.
Well,
and
he's
nice-
always got great guests. Just look, it's comiccave.com.
Yeah.
And if you want
Go
to
there.
figure out in your area where Free Comic Book Day is going to be held, it's freecomicbookday.com.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess it's up to us now.
We are actually still out here at the Lebanon Megacon, and you're listening to the Geek Podcast Summit for the Midwest.
Midwest Geek Summit
and
Podcast.
And Keith,
Dyslexic, aren't you?
there's so much stuff on this list that we talk about on a regular, so I'm going to let you start it out. Because I know exactly what I want to talk about because I'm so excited about it. But you
You know
do
what?
your thing.
Okay, let's start with that. Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Doctor Strange, which is the movie that Kevin Feige himself said is the one that he's been waiting for.
That's awesome.
It's a little creepy, but I'm waiting for it so bad.
You know what? There's
It has
nothing
to be.
wrong with that.
It has to be creepy.
It's a fantastic all-star cast, led off by Benedict Cumberbatch, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Mads Mikkelsen. I mean, for me personally, I'm a big fan, or at least fan of the original version of the character. I think this movie's going to rock, and it really says something when you have two cast members show up at a local comic shop to buy comic books dressed in character.
That was
Cool.
Jim Hanley's Universe there in New York. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, Doctor Strange. So, again, what are you guys looking forward to with that movie, starting with Hulk?
Doctor Strange, honestly, I've told you this before. My first love was obviously Luke Cage, and then it followed with some other characters, and then Doctor Strange. To me, he was a mainstream, and he was a great guy. And I just